Our game of the night is a showdown between Chloe Carlson, who just broke Proctor's all-time scoring record, and Chloe Johnson, who recently eclipsed 3,000 career points with the Duluth Marshall Hilltoppers. Marshall won the first matchup of the year by 4 points, but that doesn't really matter in the postseason. Chloe Johnson picking up where she left off in that showdown, going right to the paint for the layup and the lead. How would Proctor respond? Well, you can't really see it, but I promise you that's the rails, Chloe. Carlson with the triple in the corner to put Proctor back ahead. Back to Johnson now. A nice dribble move to go around the defender. She gets another basket to go and had 20 points in the first half. Johnson not just a scorer, she's a hard-nosed defensive wizard, getting the big block on the other end. But the rail shooters were sharp in that opening half. Junior Ellie Peace letting it fly, getting the triple corner pocket. The Rails taking a 6-point lead into halftime, but it's Duluth Marshall who rallies in that second half, completing the comeback win 81-73 over Proctor, getting revenge for last season's semifinal loss. And with that win, the Hilltoppers now advance to the Section 7 AA championship game against the 4th-seeded Pequot Lakes Patriots. That matchup set for this Thursday, March 5th, with a 6 p.m. tip-off at Superior High School, the winner heading to the state tournament. Then in the single A semifinals, it's the Cardinals taking on top-seeded Mountain Iron Buell. Early first-half action, the Rangers leave it on a platter for junior Anna Holmstrom. She'll cash that three-pointer for the early lead. Cromwell Wright quickly responding on the other end, right into your living room. Carla Lopez responds with a triple of her own. The Cardinals trying for the lead now, but Rangers' Izzy Weeda says, welcome to the block party. Some great defense by the sophomore. Then MIB took over in the paint. Paige Norman right to the rack with that nice floater. And the top-seeded team takes care of business in the semifinal round, taking the win 71-29 over the Cardinals. And on the other side of that single A bracket, the 7th-seeded Ely Timberwolves Cinderella run continues. They advance to the section finals with a 47-41 win over Chisholm. The single A finals also set for this Thursday, March 5th. This one at Hermantown High School with a 6 p.m. tip-off. And